This episode of the SuperHypeGaming podcast is brought to you by NyQuil, because I'm drinking a shit ton of that fucking bull-ass shit. And you guys owe me at this point. So welcome. This is episode 9 of the Super Sick Gaming podcast. I'm your host, Sniffles McFlanigan, and I'm joined by some fuck named AJ, a.k.a. Habari-sama. Welcome.
Wow. Some fuck. It's like you really love me.
Yes.
Thank you for having me back.
Best podcast opening yet, probably. Not really.
That's not saying much.
Thank you for coming back. We've got a great show here today. It's gonna be really good.
It's no not November.
It's gonna be a really good show today.
Did you say bag me, bitch?
So Habari, how have you been? What have you been up to? What's your week been like? Tell me about it.
We beat Dishonored this week, and it was good. Yo, real talk. So Dishonored feel like it came out like a fucking 10 years ago or some shit.
Came out on the PS3,
PS3
Xbox 360 generation, right?
Yeah. So it's a pretty old game. Maybe not 10 years, but it's a pretty old game. Still one of the best games I've played this year. That game is fucking amazing.
Really? I
really enjoyed it.
I played like maybe an hour. I think it was free. I think they gave it away on PS Plus one time, so I have it from that. And I played like an hour on PS3 and thought it was good. Thought it was interesting. It definitely seemed like a PC game.
I can see how it gets weird that way. I was having a weird problem. I had to look up how to fix it when we started Dishonored 2, which before that we thought I was considering, and we did start Fallout 3 during the same stream that we beat Dishonored in, and Fallout 3 killed my PC for a little bit. So no, we're not doing Fallout 3 until I download some patches from mods, because Bethesda's not gonna fix that shit. They don't give a fuck.
What's the problem with Fallout 3? Like, why is it doing that?
So Scott originally suggested that it was due to like these Windows Live files that it has in some of its folders in its directory, which Windows Live isn't a thing anymore, and that could like conflict with some of the other files in it, which is always possible. And you get rid of those, and it's like, okay, it runs a little bit better, but it's also still a Bethesda game, and it's still Fallout 3, so it's gonna be buggy as shit regardless, which means it could be like crashing due to who knows what, honestly.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
It fucking like killed
did
my
you
computer.
Let's see. Did you shoot a roach? It's the thing you do in Fallout, right?
Play Fallout, you shit. I killed a lot of roaches, and I killed a lot of civilians. It was great.
Did you grief anybody's settlement?
Dude, if only.
Did you start a race war at all?
Every day. I was storing my shit in my box, and I couldn't pull it out for some reason, and it it's really a big bummer, but that might be the cause for my bugs,
Did you pay for a premium service and then join a brotherhood with other people who have joined a premium service to fuck up other people in the wasteland? Yes or no?
Oh, you already know it. We have to defend what's ours. I earned the right for this.
Okay.
All of this in Fallout 3.
Oh, boy. Well, that sounds fun. Hopefully, have you fixed your computer now?
Dude. All right, so fuck you, Scott. I'm fucking shook. We played that shit. We played Fallout 3 for a little bit. It crashed. That was a great way to end the stream because it crashed my computer. So
your stream just like went offline, right? You didn't even like say goodbye.
Just straight up everything died. Stream over. So that happened, right? Luckily, we got our 5 hours in and all that good stuff. We were doing overtime, if you will. So, it was whatever, I guess. But like that happened. That was a bummer. The next fucking day, I go to I'm digging around and stuff, and I'm watching you play Metal Gear Solid 2, and that was awesome. Right? I'm loving that. It's fun to watch you play that. I love that game. It's one of my favorite games. And I'm really glad you're liking it. And Chrome is like, bro, we're just not gonna feed you audio anymore. And I, through singling out other things, be it trying out, a media player on a PC, using like fucking Internet Explorer and like other sources. These are playing audio. You can go into your like driver settings and like test sound cue thing to see if you can hear something from your speakers. That's working. Everything is working except for Chrome for some reason. Now it's working. I have no fucking clue why. I troubleshooted, did a whole bunch of other like steps. I looked it up. Like, what should you do in this situation?
Did you
I did.
turn the PC on and off again?
Yeah, I cranked a couple out, and then I like, just said fuck it and turned it off and was like, yeah. And then I cranked a couple more out and, continued to hate my life. So, that's how my week's been going. All in all,
I'm glad your PC is working again. Hopefully Todd Coward comes out to fix Fallout 3 personally for you, so that you can play that on stream.
Oh, yeah,
for my week, I've been pretty busy as always. I've always got just too much going on. So I took Friday off. And had like a photo shoot basically. So I'm doing this acting audition, and it's next weekend. It's next Saturday, and it's an agent showcase audition thing. So I needed like headshots for my resume and stuff. So I got that, and then I also got just some shots for other purposes, which you might have seen. I've posted some of those.
Yeah, I saw your premium snap.
Yep, premium snap. So that was fun. It's cool to have like really nice pictures of yourself. It looks like they were taken in a studio, and they kind of were. It was more in a suite, and it was not a super expensive photo company, but they turned out really, really well, really professional. I'm really happy with a lot of those. So I did that, and then I came home and I started Metal Gear Solid 2 live on air, live on Twitch, and I'm really enjoying the game so far. I played MGS1 on stream, and that was one of my favorite streams that I've done so far, because when I played that game, just a ton of people showed up. Like, apparently the MGS crew on Twitch is really dedicated. So, a bunch of people showed up, and they gave me tips, and they kind of helped me play that game without like spoiling things and without like holding my hand. But they just made it like, they made it run as like smoothly as possible, and they made me kind of get the maximum enjoyment out of that game. And it's the same thing so far with MGS2. There's some great people that come by, including you, and I'm enjoying it so far. I want to say I'm like halfway through. I'm not really sure. We definitely bumblefucked around for a very long time at the beginning. But
yeah.
I would say I'm not enjoying it as much as MGS1. I think MGS1 is just like, MGS1 is just so crazy, and I think I like some of the characters better. I really do like the direction that they took. I like that you start as Snake and then play as Raiden for the rest of the game, which is something that I knew. That's one of those spoilers that's like impossible to avoid at this point,
Yeah.
So
at the time, no one liked that.
Yeah, I can see it being like a big, because they faked it, right? Like they showed off screenshots, and it was like Snake for the whole game.
Mm-hmm. First time you saw Raiden was in the game. You're like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is this guy? This Bishi motherfucker.
I think it's cool. I was talking about on stream how it's like, I wonder if you could do something like that today, with the way that games are like marketed and showed off, and
have data mining and all that other shit too.
Yeah, sometimes unfortunately leaked. It's like, could you do something like that where the whole game is a completely different protagonist from like what you've been showing off? And I think you'd have to be clever with it, but it would definitely be harder today than it was back then. But that's fun. So I did that Friday, Saturday. Again, my streams are for the rest of the year going to be Friday and Saturday. And then Saturday morning, I did something really fun. I woke up sick.
Ooh.
Which is the worst, because I'm pretty good about like not getting sick. Like I very rarely get sick. And when I start to feel like a little tickle of being sick, I'm pretty good about like taking the vitamin C and the zinc, and kind of combating that and warding it off. But this was just like Friday night, I felt totally fine, and then Saturday morning I woke up and I was sick. So that really sucks.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so I'm doing that. Hopefully I can recover somewhat, because tomorrow night I'm doing stand-up in Atlanta at the Laughing Skull Lounge, which I'm really excited about. I've been looking forward to that for a bit. So hopefully I can put myself together for that, and then maybe die like Tuesday. But
you'll be fine. I ain't no worry about it.
Yeah, so that's going on. I'm gonna be doing stand-up. Unless I die of sickness, and like just absolutely can't do it, I will be doing that, and I will get the video from them, and so that will be posted somewhere. I'll show that off somewhere, probably on Twitter or something. And then next Saturday, like I said, I have the agent showcase. So again, hopefully I'm not sick by then too. Another thing that I've been kind of looking forward to for a long time, and I'm excited for. I'm excited for it to be over, in a way.
No,
because it's like, it's just like I don't like the build up. I like to just do things. I don't like to wait for things, So, that's that. But yeah, that's it for me.
Cool video on your first episode of your MGS, the first MGS 2 stream.
Yeah, so if you missed that, I posted it. I showed it off on Twitch when I was streaming. I posted it on Twitter. It's on YouTube, but I posted a teaser for a new show that I'm working on, which is coming in 2020, called Slouch on the Couch, and it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. The plan is that my streams are very like just me. The streams are just like hanging out with Michael, and the podcast is kind of the same way too. The podcast is a little more focused with focusing on gaming news and just stuff like that in general. But again, it's very just like me. It's just me talking. So Slouch on the Couch. The plan is that I love improv, and I love like comedy. So Slouch on the Couch. The plan is for it to be kind of skit / improv based, and my lofty goal is 5 episodes for 2020. So we'll see if we can get there. I have like roughly 2.5 episodes kind of noted out and drafted. So that'll be fun. More on that, later in the year. Probably in January, you'll hear more about that, as I plan to, film all these, which is gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess. I think I'm getting in like way over my head.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. Cause like I'm thinking about filming all this, and it's just like, no, dude, it's gonna be. I've already lost sleep thinking about this show. I've already lost sleep during the week thinking about this, so that's always fun.
Minimum editing, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Here's the thing: is that like I can't do that. Especially for a comedy show, like the editing has to be on point for timing and stuff like that. But
yeah, I mean,
it's just funny. Like I finished October where I was streaming almost every day for Halloween and stuff, and I cut my stream schedule back to Fridays and Saturdays just so I could like have some free time to myself and like actually enjoy my life.
Yeah.
And then I immediately just give myself a new project to work on.
Yeah. I mean, some people are like that though, right? Some people, I mean, I'm a lazy motherfucker. I'm not like that. I'm very, very lazy. I pray for sleep. But there's a lot of people who are like, I don't feel like I'm being a productive human being unless I'm doing something. You don't always have to do something, but like, that's what people. That's like some people's fulfillment, right? They have to do something sometimes. They like, the concept of like being still. Sometimes is just really hard for them. My brother is like that. I mean, he gets into shenanigans every now and then, but he's always been that way.
I'm also fine being still though. Like I could use some of that. It's just I do it to myself, but. Yeah, it's funny. It started as an idea. I was laying in bed, and it was like, I've called myself the Slouch on the Couch on stream before, and I was thinking about it in bed, and it was like that'd be a good name for like a show. And then I had that the idea for the trailer where I punch Dave is something that I had written down like forever ago, just as something that would be funny as a cut. And then
It was.
yeah, and then like the next day after I had that idea, I filmed that and then put the trailer together, and then it was like, okay, this is the thing that I'm gonna do now, I guess.
I loved it.
So yeah,
I loved
you
it.
can find that if you follow me on Twitter. I say this every time. My Twitter is the best content that I put out. My Twitter account is at SuperHypeGaming. You can find it there. You can find it on my YouTube channel. That's where it's hosted. Is SuperHypeGaming on YouTube. So look forward to that. I'll talk about that later as it kind of actually becomes a thing that I can talk about. Because right now it's just like, it's just ideas, really.
Yeah.
It exists in my head. Okay. So we're going to play a game. We're going to get everything loose and fun. We're going to play a game called Kiss That Pokemon.
Oh no.
Are you ready?
Is it Gardevoir?
Well, so the rules of this game are I have a list of Pokemon.
But is it Gardevoir?
I'm going to tell you the name of the Pokemon. And you have to tell me if you would kiss this Pokemon or not kiss this Pokemon.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I'm afraid, but you know what? Let's do it.
Are you ready to play Kiss That Pokemon? Okay.
Hey, I'm
let's go.
about to make love.
No, you're not making love. That's a very, very, very important distinction. Is you're not making love to the Pokemon. You're just giving it a kiss.
Now you're right. No fist yet. Okay.
Okay. Your first Pokemon. Weedle.
Kill. I'm not kissing.
Weepin' Bell.
Kiss.
Porygon.
Porygon's cute. Porygon can get a kiss.
Dragonair.
Yeah, you know what? They could get a kiss. The Dragonair. Yeah. It's also cute.
Would you kiss Dragonair on the lips or on the cheek?
Oh, God, how well do I know this Dragonair?
You
know what?
You just met it.
On the cheek.
Okay. Chikorita.
Oh, Chikorita gets a kiss on the cheek. No problem.
Meryl.
Meryl, too. These are a lot of really cute pokes you're throwing my way.
Yeah. I want to know if you want to kiss these Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Trico.
Trico?
Yep.
I kind of just want to give Trico a high five. He's awesome. Yeah, Trico can get a kiss on the cheek.
Rayquaza.
Oh my God, kiss on the lips right now.
Wow. Kiss on the lips.
That is like one of the coolest fucking legendaries ever.
Registeel.
Oh, these fucking nerds. Registeel can get a kiss on the metal part.
Oh, okay. Chimchar.
Chimchar, kiss on the cheek. Favorite fire starter.
Oshawott.
Oh, fuck. These folks, they're all so cute. Oshawott gets a kiss on the cheek, too. These are like my babies.
Greninja.
Oh, this edgelord. Is Greninja edgy to you?
No.
Yeah, you know, I was having second thoughts the moment I said that.
Just a Pokemon.
Kiss right on his scarf tongue.
Oh, wow, okay. Young Goose. Young Goes.
Get Trump out of here. No kiss.
Picky Peck.
Fuck, I can't remember that one.
It's one of the birds from Gen 7.
Oh, see, yeah, that's gonna be a problem. I can't remember a lot of Gen 7 folks. Wait, you know what? I have it in my mind now. It's like the little woodpecker.
Yeah, kind of.
That's a cute poke as well. No kiss though.
No kiss. Okay.
Get a pat
I
on the
have
hat. Pat on the head.
your final Pokemon is Incineroar.
Oh, he gets a German suplex.
Are you no kiss?
Nah, you can have a kiss too. You can have a
Okay.
kiss.
I think you kissed all of those Pokemon. I think you kissed every single Pokemon.
At least most of them.
So that's kiss. That's kiss that Pokemon. Those are all Pokemon that are not in Sword and Shield. So now
nice.
we can move into the podcast proper.
Oh, you think that hurts me, motherfucker?
No, that was for Blue. I know Blue's gonna be mad about that.
I'd say I don't have a Switch. I don't care.
That was to make the people angry. I have one more thing. Before we move into the podcast proper, I have one more thing. This is probably the most important thing that I will ever say on this podcast. So I've mentioned before that there is this old couple that kind of lives across from me, from my apartment. And I've mentioned the owl. I won't go into details again about this fucking owl that they keep out on the front door. But that couple is moving out, and so the owl is gone. So I can finally be happy. The owl is gone. I can finally be happy. I can finally live in peace at this apartment. It's great news, and you should all be very happy for me.
I should be happy for you.
A little nervous about who might move in. I'm always nervous about like hooligans moving in when people move out around me, but it is what it is, I guess.
Hooligans.
Okay. So now we can move into the podcast proper, officially. And the first thing I have on here is this fucking Sonic trailer.
Oh, yeah.
So, Paramount put out a new trailer for their Sonic movie, which features their, redesigned Sonic. And it looks good. Sonic looks good.
He does. His eyeballs are really shiny, like kind of reflective.
Yeah. So what's funny about this trailer is that, like, one is they show way more of Sonic than they did in the original trailer. Like, if you actually go back and look at that original trailer, there's really very, very little shots of Sonic. And this one is just Sonic all over the place. And it has, like, not necessarily a different tone, but, like, the humor is different, I feel like. And I don't know if it's just because they're showing off more of it or,
I kind of feel that, though. Yeah.
I'm wary to say that, like, this is a controversial, like, conspiracy cover-up or some shit.
You're pushing that, though.
Yeah, because I don't want to, like, if there are animators that, like, busted their ass to fix Sonic, like, I don't want to put them out. But there is a theory that, like, the first Sonic design was fake and that they redesigned it, for PR, basically. Because people are saying that, like, you can't just trace over the old Sonic model. You'd have to, like, delete all of that stuff. Because, like, the animations are completely different. Like, his facial animations are, like, very different than what the original movie Sonic was going to look like. So you can't just, like, use that same kind of skeleton and just, like, change his design. I mean, his proportions are completely different, Yeah,
that's true.
And it's funny because they showed off Sonic basically in, like, Green Hill Zone, and, like, they had the Genesis music playing at some point, and it's like, just, like, it's like all of a sudden they're going all in on just being Sonic, and it's kind of strange. I don't know.
I don't know. I've never been one for conspiracy theories in general, but, like, I can understand why people would feel that way, Especially given the amount of time it's actually been since that whole blow up happened. And for them to be like, here's a trailer, but I mean, when does the movie come out? It's not crazy soon, is it?
Comes out February, I believe. They did push it
pretty soon.
They did delay it. So yeah, it's interesting. This is what you get with Sick Michael. The stuttering is just, like, amplified.
I mean, I feel like there's time, though. There's time for them to do whatever, I do feel what you were saying, though, in the sense of, like, them not showing as much Sonic. It felt like there was more more humans and also just more running around. If anything, more streaks of blue on the screen than there were actually just Sonic talking or doing anything.
Yeah, I mean, like the joke that Sonic makes in the first trailer is when he says meow. Like that's a joke, right? That's like the biggest joke that Sonic makes in that trailer. And like Sonic doesn't make any jokes like that in the second trailer at all. You know, there's no jokes that are just like, hey, I'm a hideous, gross thing and I'm saying something weird. You know, it's all just him being like, I'm Sonic and I'm goofy.
Mm-hmm. Sonic says that's no good.
Yeah, I ran off to the rubber band ball museum. You know, like that's not the type of humor that was shown off in the first trailer. And it could just be like, you know, I mean, stuff like that happens when you're filming movies all the time. You get like weird jokes that maybe don't work and you don't put them in the movie. Yeah. But it's just weird. I don't know.
You know,
but it looks fun. I mean, new Sonic looks good. I think, you know, he looks good. His design is good. The jokes are better. The movie looks way more fun than it did in that first trailer. So
I have to wonder about the notion of the, you know, purposely made designs off the fact that like in today's society, there was always, like, say back in the day, the idea of I'm not gonna waste money on something that looks like garbage. No. In today's society, though, hell yeah, I want to see how bad it is. Right? Or just so many, you know, there's always the people who are like, even people who review notably bad games in the sense of, well, I have to because I review video games, you know. So, you know, yeah, reviewers, people aside, people are gonna go see shit basically just for the meme is what I'm saying. So I don't know how many more people, and if you're a Sonic fan, you're like, it's a Sonic movie, I feel obligated to. Just like how even if you don't like Berserk 2016, you probably still watched it because you like Berserk.
That's the thing that gets me too, is that like, and this is just my conjecture, right, which means absolutely nothing. But I feel like this movie with the old Sonic design and this movie with new Sonic design will make like the same amount of money, you know?
Exactly. That's why
like this movie's not going to make any more money than it would have with the old Sonic design. So it's like, why even go through that effort?
Yeah, that one specific one is why I can't see it as like a conspiracy theory, because it's like people would go see it regardless of how it looks because it's a Sonic movie. So like, I don't think you're gonna bring in a bigger audience because it looks better. You know, people are gonna be happy about it because it looks better. People would be, because people enjoy something that's bad because, you know, it's so good, it's bad, it's so bad, it's so good type of thing. It's like, I don't know. It's hard to say that like improving its quality will make people like it more, because people can like it more just because it's bad. You know.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see.
We will see.
I won't. I'm not going to see that.
I'm not going to see it either.
So what? We'll see.
Unless I hear leaks that Sonic actually does get pregnant at some point in the film, then I will not go see this movie.
If Shadow shows up, I'll go see.
That's the Sonic that people deserve, is pregnant Sonic.
Oh yeah, I'm also upset because there's not fat Jim Carrey. Like, what the fuck? Come on.
Apparently he gets balder and he gets the crazy mustache. There was that tease at the end of the last trailer.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll get fat, but are you Team Eggman or Team Robotnik?
Team Robotnik all day. I've always thought Eggman sounded stupid.
It does sound stupid. That's why it's good. Anyways,
yeah, but it's stupid in that like it just sounds stupid way. Also, where does Robotnik / Eggman? The first thought of this that came to mind, like what I'm about to say, came from Sonic Heroes opening, where there's just this giant armada, just fucking a platoon of space like ships from Robotnik, and I'm like, where do you get the metal for this stuff? Where do you get the funds for this? Who allows you to do this? Where does it doesn't matter, but like,
it's the Chinese government, man.
Oh, he works with Tencent?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I'm dumb. That was a dumb question. I'm sorry.
So next we have Yacht Club announcing that the King of Cards expansion for Shovel Knight is coming December 10th, 2019, which is soon. which is really good to hear. So this update is also, I believe, coming with the battle mode. So King of Cards is going to be like King Knight's expansion kind of campaign. And then the battle mode is like just a bunch of different characters, and it's kind of like a Smash. Not really Smash, but I mean, it's, it's a battle mode.
Is it like it's like 4-player like shenanigans fighting each other?
I don't know. Let me look.
It's so funny because Shovel Knight is actually a game where I could see that working pretty well, actually.
Yeah,
they've shown off.
They've showed stuff off, and it looks good. I mean, it looks fun. It doesn't look like, this is one of those things where, like, this was a stretch goal for their Kickstarter campaign, which they're still honoring, like, like 5 years later. They're still working on some of this stuff, which is insane.
That's awesome.
Like, I'm excited for this because all these campaigns that they've done with the bosses have been really good. They did Plague Knight and they did Spectre Knight, and they're really, really good. And Spectre Knight especially almost feels like playing a whole new game from them. So I think this will be really good, and I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, 4-player free-for-all and cooperative team battles.
Ooh, that's nice, actually.
So yeah, shout-outs to Yacht Club for just, sticking with this game and sticking and honoring those stretch goals and just knocking it out of the park every time.
Yeah, dude. Like, okay, so has Yacht Club worked on anything else since Shovel Knight? It seems like they've had their hands full with just this one game so far.
They've, like, published other games. So they're publishing a game called Shovel Knight Dig, which is not made by them.
Is that going to be like SteamWorld Dig?
So
that could be interesting, actually.
It seems like I think they said it was like a roguelike. I'm not like up to date on
more into that.
It looks fun. It looks kind of like Motherload if you've ever played that game.
I haven't.
But yeah, that'll be.
I hate video games. I don't play those.
They're publishing that, and then they published like a ninja game. Let me see. I forget the name of this game. This is great. I love like looking shit up on the podcast because I don't know about it. Cyber Shadow. Cyber Shadow, which I think they're not technically making. It's a little confusing, but yeah, it's developed by like a dude, this game, and they're just kind of like helping out on it. But that looks really fun. And then, who knows what they're going to make next. People are expecting Shovel Knight 2, but like at this point it's like, dude, I don't need Shovel Knight 2. Like, I would love Shovel Knight 2. But like you can make something else if you want. I want Yacht Club to make whatever they want to make, That's kind of my feeling.
Yeah. Yacht Club and Way Forward are in that same boat to me. Well, when I think of both of them, it's like either Shantae or, Shovel Knight. But yeah, make whatever. It's like they're in the same category of people as like, or they could be of like Devolver Digital of like, dude, just do whatever. You guys always make something unique and something fun. At the very least, do whatever. Stick with it.
But seriously, Shovel Knight 64 when?
Yeah. Oh, one day. Shovel Knight VR, but still like 16-bit, please.
That would be disorienting.
I just want to like twerk with that fish.
Yeah, the Triple King. That would be good. Yeah, you know what? I would like a VR like Triple King experience. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So next up we have, before the show is even launched, Netflix has announced that The Witcher is getting a second season.
Wow, they're putting a lot of faith in this, huh?
They really are, and I don't know how I feel about this show. I really don't. Every time I look at the show, all I think is, God, that wig looks so bad. That wig looks so
really
bad.
It's the actor. I can't remember his name.
Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
So the show is based on mostly on the books, which I have read the first 3 books. Well, the first 2 are like short stories, and then the first like novel I've read. And those books are really, really good. If you like The Witcher at all, you should definitely go read those books because they're very, very, very good. But the show just looks like, I feel like people forget like how good Game of Thrones looked, even if like the script had issues towards the end, like the set design and the costume design, and you know the makeup and wardrobe, all that shit like was on point and looked really fucking good. And it looks okay in this Netflix show.
Yeah.
But like there are things that look bad. Like the wig looks horrendous.
The guy doesn't look angry enough to be Geralt. Or at least the version of Geralt I've seen. Geralt looks kind of like mad and tired and pissed off all the time.
Well, I mean, Geralt is kind of a cheeky fuck. Like he definitely comes off as like someone who is hardcore and badass, but he's got this like cheeky side to him that hopefully Henry can pull off, because I think that's a key part of his character. But I don't know. It looks okay. I won't like judge it until it actually comes out or anything.
You gotta fuck like 40 prostitutes. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe.
You don't see that happening?
I don't know. I guess it depends on like if he's met Yennefer yet. I don't know. It's a whole thing. But it's only going to be eight episodes. Oh, wait, the second season is only going to be 8 episodes. How long is the first season? Probably 8.
Oh yeah, speaking of Netflix, I forgot to mention I did watch all of the Castlevania show.
Wow,
really
okay.
Good. Yeah, I
caught
watched
up on
all
that.
of it.
Yeah, that show
episode.
is excellent. That show, like the music could be better in that show, I think. Because I mean, like Castlevania, like one of the biggest things about Castlevania is just the fucking music is so good.
Yeah, it could be better, or in some ways feel more like Castlevania, but it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, I mean they use Bloody Tears like at one point, and it's pretty good. But I was definitely looking for like more of those tunes. But yeah, that show is really, really good. Really good depiction of Dracula. I mean, Castlevania has as probably one of my favorite depictions of Dracula anyway, where he's basically just Satan. And the show really leans into that, so that's really fun.
That was really good. It honestly was.
So more Hollywood video game bullshit. There was a story from Kotaku, and the way that they worded this was so funny. The way that they worded this was like almost worded as like an Onion article. Because I gotta find this. Let's see.
Do I know this one? Kotaku. They do the bad writing sometimes.
Sometimes they do good stuff. They have like a couple people who do good things.
Oh, but their titles were straight. They clickbait super hard.
This title is really funny though. It says, this is from Kotaku again. The Uncharted movie has been in development hell for so long that Mark Wahlberg, once cast as Nathan Drake, is now playing Sully instead.
Well,
so
that's funny.
Mark Wahlberg was at one point attached to play Nathan Drake, and then I think last year they said like, yeah, Tom Holland is gonna play Nathan Drake.
Wow, really?
And now Mark Wahlberg is gonna play Sully apparently. This movie again, who knows if this movie will ever even come out?
Yeah. Isn't Seth Rogen working on it or something like that?
I'm not sure. They like the people, the director who's attached to this like left, and so there's a script somewhere, but who knows?
Okay.
Who knows where this is gonna go?
That's really weird. It's a Tom Holland, huh? That's a really young Nathan Drake. Yeah, he has like baby face, probably forever.
Probably forever, yeah. He's like 25.
Yeah.
But he looks really young.
Maguire thing.
But I mean, I guess depending on when they start they could start around like the young Drake stuff that they show off in like 3 and sometimes in 4. So they could start there, and then Tom Holland could grow into Nathan Drake, I guess.
That's true.
But that's if this movie even ever comes out, which I have doubts about.
I feel you.
And all it makes me think is like I was talking about this on stream when I was playing MGS2, is like if they ever make a Metal Gear movie, and I know it's been circulated forever.
Yes, it has.
20 years probably that idea has been circulating. If they ever make a Metal Gear movie, they need to have parts where they're like explaining game mechanics to the characters like in the movie, Like I want the Colonel to come on in the movie on like a codec call and be like, "Snake, press the crawl button to crawl through vents." And Snake's like, "Okay." But it's like in the fucking movie.
Yeah. There's some fun, dude. So I'd have to wonder, like, what a Metal Gear movie would entail, given how long the series is, right? And would this be a trilogy? That'd be enough.
I mean, just start with one, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Just adapt
Do
one.
you start with one though, because or would you go like 3, 5, like and everything in between 3?
No, I mean, here's the thing about prequels. Here's the thing about prequels is that you're not meant to start at prequels, right? Prequels are meant to take place before the thing that you know about, and they're written in a way where you know about the thing that's going to happen later, and that's important. That context is important. So you don't have to start chronologically, I don't think.
Oh, I never really thought about that when it came to prequels.
Yeah, I mean, if it's only a prequel because like it's meant to come before the original thing, right? And if it came first, then it wouldn't be a prequel. It would just be the first thing that came. Because you're meant to have that kind of context, so they don't have to explain shit as much in prequels and stuff. Yeah. And you're supposed to kind of know where things are going a little bit, and so that context is important. This is very true for like Kingdom Hearts prequels as well.
Fucking Kingdom
It's like you cannot play Birth by Sleep without playing the other games. You won't know what the fuck is happening.
Don't play Kingdom Hearts. It's the real answer.
Play 1 and 2. Play 1 and 2, and Birth by Sleep.
Play the card one.
Those ones are okay. But yeah, I think you could do Metal Gear 1, because Metal Gear Solid 1 takes place in like one night, right?
Yeah, because you know what? But 2 is basically one day. Other than 2 days if you want to count the separate parts.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think it could work, but you'd have to do it. I mean, you'd have to be very faithful, right? You can't like Hollywood it. Like this has to be a weird movie.
But that's where the problem lies, because it's like, in all seriousness, a part of me is like, I believe Kojima, if he wanted to make a movie, is like, dude, Kojima could finesse the money out of Sony. He does it for his goofy ass games all the time. Death Stranding exists because Sony was like, okay. So it's like, I think he could. I think he could if he really wanted to, I mean, a video game audience and a movie audience are completely different, sure, but like, it's a bit of overlap,
I don't know if a Kojima movie would be like 4 hours long. Like, I don't know if he could condense everything that he wants to do into like 2 hours,
Yeah. They don't really make too long movies anymore, do they? Like, one of the longest movies I ever watched was probably Lord of the Rings.
I mean, Endgame is like almost 3 hours.
Dude, so. Marvel movies never feel that long for some reason. Like,
Endgame
there's just
felt pretty
always
long.
so much stuff happening.
Endgame felt pretty long. My ass was definitely sore by the end of that.
Yeah. Ant-Man got to you?
He did.
Yeah.
30 minutes went by and I was like, shit, where the fuck is Ant-Man? And then I felt the tickle.
Yep.
Okay, so that's enough for the fucking Hollywood shit. Next up here is let's see. Xbox had their XO event, XO 19. And there was some stuff, but not a whole lot. So I've got a list here, and we'll just kind of go through some of these.
I'm
So one
interested
of the
in this.
things is that Phil Spencer said that Project Scarlet, quote, will not be out of position of power or price, end quote. So this is in reference to the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 reveal, where basically the PlayStation 4 was more powerful and cheaper by $100, and it was like a really big blow to Xbox at the start of the generation because it's like your
And had
competition.
better games.
Yeah, I mean, Sony has better first-party studios at the time, and Xbox is getting there. I think they've made some really good moves to pick up some of these studios like Ninja Theory and Obsidian and Double
Obsidian's a good
Fine.
grab.
So they're building their resume, and I think they're in a really good position now to come out strong, or to at least have their next Xbox be stronger than the Xbox One was, not just on power, but on you know just having exclusive games and having a better ecosystem there. So I think they're in a good spot there. I think it's going to be interesting to see. I think the consoles will be the same price this year. I would be surprised. I would be surprised to see another like $100 undercut on a console.
Oh yeah, I don't see that happening. I'd be more inclined to believe in a $100 price hike before a $100 price cut.
Yeah, price is going to be interesting. Price is going to be definitely super interesting.
It matters a lot. It really matters a lot. And when yours is cheaper, you're able to lord it over to the competitor a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Focus on that fucking DRM
So
bullshit.
we've also got Final Fantasy is coming to Xbox Game Pass. So a bunch of Final Fantasy, mainline Final Fantasy games are coming to Game Pass for free. Game Pass is continuing to be a really cool service that Xbox is offering, or Microsoft is offering, where you just get a catalog of free games that you play.
And in my mind, I was like, I wish they were like, except for 9.
I mean, it's probably except for 8, right?
Nah, there you go. That's more
'Cause
accurate. Yeah.
That's what they were doing for a while. Halo Reach is coming to PC. If you're interested in that.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got? Life is Strange developer shows off a new game, Tell Me Why. So they're making a new game.
Did you hear the other big news about that game?
One of the characters, I believe, is transgender, they said?
Yeah, I believe it's the main playable character. I could have sworn.
Okay. You're playing as, like, twins, right? You're playing as, like, a... What is that game called?
I'm actually not sure. I just keep seeing that as a headline from different outlets. I personally don't know too much about it. I've never played Life is Strange. It never really drew me in, admittedly.
I'm aware of Life is Strange.
Yeah.
I think those games are cool. I think it's super cool that those story games like that can exist. Personally, I'm just not that into them. I'm into some.
Or some shit.
I'm into some. Like Tales from the Borderlands was really good.
Yeah. Yes, it was. Best Tales game. I mean, best Telltale game. Don't at me.
Yeah, so the synopsis here is the game focuses on a pair of twins, Tyler and Allison, untangling the memories of their troubled childhood. So
I hope it's good.
Yep.
Probably not gonna play it, but I hope it's good.
It's gonna have some choices. You'll make some choices. You'll regret some choices.
Mm-hmm. The game
all that good
will
stuff.
remember that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So next up we have Rare unveils Everwild, a new exclusive game.
Everwild.
Or I didn't actually watch any of these. I think they just showed off like a cinematic trailer for this. But Rare, like, I feel bad for Rare.
Because they have to work for Microsoft.
Well, just because, like, I don't know. Sea of Thieves was like such a like hyped game, and then it just kind of like pooped out.
Yeah, it did.
So Everwild, like, I'm not really sure what this game is. Seems like some kind of Breath of the Wild animal game. I don't know. There's a bunch of different animals, and they're all doing stuff, and it looks very pretty. But again, it's really just a cinematic trailer. There's nothing to really glean from that, other than it's a game that's coming.
Yeah.
And then the final thing is Obsidian announced a new game, Grounded, which this is interesting because Obsidian just put out Outer Wilds.
Yes.
And they're already showing off new games. So Grounded is kind of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids vibes, where you're like a bunch of kids and you're shrunk down really tall or really small, and you're walking around like the grass and stuff, and there's like a giant baseball, and seems cool. Obsidian makes good games. I think Obsidian makes really, really cool games. This seems really unique. I think it's a really cool concept.
Seems like something Double Fine would do.
It kind of does, doesn't it?
Yeah. I like that.
So go ahead. Seems to be kind of like a survival kind of crafting game.
Huh.
You're like building fortresses and stuff. It's kind of like it reminds me of like The Forest almost, if you ever played that.
Wow, really? The Forest? Okay.
Well, just because like you're it looks like you're going out and like getting materials and fighting enemies and getting materials from them and building a base.
That could be cool.
Yeah, it definitely. There's like a big spider.
Oh.
There's a big spider. Spiders are always fucking scary when you're like smaller than the spider, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely. I can relate to being smaller than a spider.
Really? Which spider are you smaller than?
None of them. I'll beat a spider's ass. Actually, no, I tend to leave some spiders alone. If they chilling, I'll leave them alone.
I like to kill spiders and then like hang their body somewhere in my apartment. Just as like a warning to all the other spiders not to fuck with me. To like,
Put them
it's
up.
not a place for you. You need to go away.
Hell yeah. You're right. I don't know if it was announced at XO19, but there is another Xbox related announcement.
Oh,
So,
I didn't have I didn't have it written down here, but one thing that is also important, it might not be something that you're thinking of, but Kingdom Hearts, the Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 collections are coming to Xbox, which is significant. These were PlayStation exclusives before, and Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 specifically have always been PlayStation exclusive. So it's kind of a big thing. Kingdom Hearts 3 came out on Xbox, and now you can play everything on Xbox. So
I think that's why in my mind I was like, I'm kind of surprised they weren't already on Xbox. It was a Kingdom Hearts 3.
I was wondering if like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 had some kind of weird Sony contract where they like couldn't put those games on anything other than a... Because like there's Nintendo Kingdom Hearts games with like, Chain of Memories, the Days game, DDD, Dream Drop Distance, and like those games were put...
fucking trash.
Those games were put on the collection for PlayStation, even though they were on Nintendo consoles before. So I was definitely wondering if like maybe there's some kind of weird, and maybe there was, and it just ran out finally.
Mm-hmm.
Or just a shit ton of money was rubbed on someone's balls, but
on the balls, huh?
On the balls, yeah.
Okay.
That's how you bribe people. I don't know if you know this, but if you ever want to bribe me into doing something, just rub a bunch of dollar bills on my balls, and I'll probably do it.
That's good to know.
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts, Xbox, fun stuff.
Sega announced that the Yakuza games, some of the Yakuza games were coming to Xbox as well, which, seeing as how, those were always a PlayStation thing, people are in their mind like, that implies from Sega, fucking like what? Hatsune Miku possibly. A lot of people are like, goodbye Persona.
Yeah. Well, like Yakuza 7, is that coming to Xbox too?
I think it is. I think that's why. I think that's why, along with like the Yakuza collection that just came out. And that's interesting. Some people always have that weird, like, I don't know, brand of loyalty. I don't fucking care. Play it on whatever, you know. Um, but I think that's interesting. That's interesting because if Yakuza is coming, that could mean other games from Sega are also coming. And it would be interesting to see what they choose to do with that. I know a lot of people would be upset because Persona has always been, for a lot of people, that selling point. Persona has always been that, you look at Persona 5, it was on like PlayStation Store homepage for like months after it came out.
It would be wild to see Persona games on Xbox. It really would.
It would feel weird and unnatural, frankly. But,
I think there was one of the Persona. I think the first Persona fighting game came to Xbox, and like it sold like trash on the Xbox.
That's not surprising. It's a bummer. It's not surprising though.
I wish I had like the data. I wonder how well like Kingdom Hearts 3 sold on Xbox compared to other platforms. I think it sold like it likely sold the best on PS4. So
I'm really interested to see what comes from it.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, it's crazy to see a lot of these kind of third-party exclusives are going away. For sure. So we'll see where all that goes.
I want third parties to win, frankly. Like, as much as it's like, consoles need good exclusives and all that shit, I don't care about you or your exclusives. I want third-party studios to thrive and, in a lot of ways, like, fucking indie studios to thrive so that they're not under the thumb of publishers being forced to make shitty decisions and add garbage monetization schemes and shit to their games, frankly.
Yeah, I'm sure like the developers of Yakuza don't really give a shit where their game is put out.
We just want over there. They're like platinum now. Just hire us. Hire us.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Platinum, by the way. Every day, all day. Shout outs to Platinum.
I still need to play fucking Astral Chain.
Yeah,
I feel so bad.
Switch. That list is getting longer and longer of like games that I need to play on Switch.
Yep. On everything for me.
Yeah. Play Persona 4, pussy. Do you have a Vita?
I do, yeah. I have a Vita and I have a Vita TV. I bought a Vita TV specifically to play Persona 4 Golden, on the TV, and then it just never happened.
That's a good... Well, you said you wouldn't. You probably wouldn't, but it could be good stream time. People like to make choices, and that game is like 60% dating sim. So
there's no way I could stream Persona games. There's no way.
You don't want your waifus? You get to see why Chie is best girl.
Persona games would not work as a stream because it's like you do a lot of grinding, and it's like you could do like 4 hours. You could do like 4 hours of grinding and then go to like the next day. This is at least this is my experience from like playing Persona 3. It's like I could grind for 3 hours and then end the day and then have like a 5-minute cutscene of talking and then just do more grinding.
Yeah.
Just the pacing is very weird in that game, and there's no way I could do that.
Yeah, I mean the pacing in Persona 4 is like either save this person by this day or they're just fucking dead and you failed the game.
Yeah. So the last thing I have on my list here is 2K's social media accounts were hacked.
Oh,
and
yes.
Some things were posted. The main headline here is that 2K posted "My cock is hard."
Yep.
Got 8.6 thousand likes. 8.6 thousand Ks or shares.
Sometimes your cock is just hard,
Yeah, it's a strategy.
Yeah.
This only works for like businesses, right?
Yeah.
Like
if I was to just be like, "Yo, my cock's hard,"
it wouldn't work. Yeah. But when businessman says, "My cock is hard," low key, on the official Borderlands account, you get a ton of shares.
I mean, have you seen Lilith? I mean, I'm just saying, Borderlands, those character designs sometimes.
get that
Angel? What? You know what?
not
That's
so
beside the point.
what is it, like not so tiny Tina?
Oh no! Don't do that.
When she
Don't
like
do
grows
that.
up in Borderlands.
Yeah, in 3. Yeah.
I bet Randy thinks Tiny Tina.
Oh no!
Allegedly though. Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Yeah. We're not gonna imply it, but I heard a guy, and yeah, it's crazy. Allegedly. Fuck Randy Pitchford.
Yeah. We could say that every podcast, I think, and I'd be okay with it.
Man, he sucks.
My cock is hard. What if Randy hacked the 2K accounts and that was him? But he thought he was tweeting it like from his own account.
I wish so. It's like a bunch of 2K, right? Because it was like the WWE got hacked too, right? For like the 2K like WWE games, I think.
Yeah,
Also
I don't
got
have them.
hacked.
I don't have them all here. There's one from like Sid Meier's, and Sid Meier's Twitter account like released a statement saying like, "Hey,
Yeah.
shit got hacked." So it seems to be pretty widespread across kind of all of those accounts, which is crazy because you would think that like all those accounts. I mean,
No,
I
they
guess
all have the same password.
yeah, they all have the same password, which is fuck
Randy
Randy Pitchford.
Yeah. That's all you need. That's all you need to know. No one at all of 2K staff, which includes Rockstar, under that umbrella as well. Like they're all like, yeah, fuck Randy. Do you think they're working on they're probably working on GTA 6, aren't they? Rockstar by now?
Likely, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be
I
like
don't care about those games anymore.
2022 when that game comes out.
You think?
Yep.
Well, that was 2013 for 5, right? It's been a while. Yeah.
Yes, that was like early 2013.
It's been a nice
Came out.
minute.
It came out the same year that the next gen consoles came out. I remember that.
And whenever I think about GTA 5, my mind always goes from like, I know it came out in 13, right? Because I had it on PS3, but
Right.
in my mind, it's always like PS4 version that I think about for some reason.
I feel like the PS3 like 360 version was like a D-port of that game. To be honest with you.
Are you calling that the Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor, of Rockstar of GTA 5?
That was just, no, because like GTA 5 on those consoles ran and was playable. Shadow of Mordor was unplayable. Like, not even kidding.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Doing things like loading the fucking regular ass UI, which is a topic we should talk about sometime. What's your favorite UI in a video game? I always wondered about that. Dead Space is up there easily.
Dead Space is really, really good. I actually really like Death Stranding's UI.
I need to see it. I haven't seen too much like menu management or anything in a game.
I like when you're running around a world and there's not like a bunch of shit on your screen.
Yeah. It's just video game on screen. What if it like fades in and out like Dark Souls does?
Dark Souls has pretty good UI, I think. I think it works better. I think Dark Souls 2 has the best UI of the Dark Souls games, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Mainly because like it's weird because Dark Souls 2 has like nice stylized like health bars and shit. And then Dark Souls 3 they just go back to like literally just like basic red bar.
Here's a bar.
It's just a red bar. There's no like flourishes or anything. It's just a fucking red bar.
It's minimalistic though. I like it.
I think the menu when you're like going through your inventory and going through like your equipment and stuff and your characters there on screen is really, really good. You can set that up in Dark Souls 3 to where you can turn off like the side menu and you can actually look at your character, but it's a little wonkier than it was in Dark Souls 2. But yeah, I definitely like the UI that like fades away. One thing I really like about The Witcher 3 is that they have a lot of UI settings. And so you can set that up to where the UI just disappears when you're not like in combat, which is really nice. that's what I want when I'm like exploring a world. Is I want to see most of the world.
Yeah. You got to put like Final Fantasy 14 up there. Their game has the most you can jerk off for hours and HUD customization shit I've ever seen in any video game ever.
Yeah, it really, really, really does.
It's absolutely amazing.
Which you need for
Uh,
like for all the shit that you need in 14. It's like you
mhm.
need that kind of customization. Otherwise, it just turns into a mess.
It's really funny because like I played 14 for a little bit, like a fucking week, and I dicked around with the UI customization for a little bit. But any MMO I touched afterwards, like in 14, I'd be able to move this to the left a little bit if I wanted to. I don't know.
Yeah.
This game, like, just had this weird elitist complex after playing 14 for a little bit. You know, it was just so good, and good UI really, really matters. Honestly,
It
it
does. Yeah.
really matters to me. Dead Space, best health bar ever.
It is really good. It's really unique, and it puts you into the world. More than just a fucking green bar would.
Yeah, it's a part of you. It's not just a thing on the screen, and I think that's really cool. It's almost like how people like the whole hologram thing that tells you how many bullets you have in a game, which Dead Space also does. Like how
Right.
some guns have like the like hologram with a number displayed next to the gun that pops out.
Yep.
Like that's cool. I think Cyberpunk does it a little bit. Uh, I've always liked elements of that, like things that can immerse you in the game more. Like so in a lot of games, like you take like Halo. Halo is a good example of that, right? Where you're looking out like the helmet, and that's what your HUD is, right? I
I
think that's
actually
really cool.
don't like some of that stuff. Like when they
You
put
know?
like the shape of the helmet on screen.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like it's a little much, I think.
I feel that in Bioshock 2, you see through like a circle and it's like vignetting around it because you're playing as Subject Delta and he's wearing a big diving suit helmet. I've never liked
Right.
that. You
Yeah.
know?
I feel like maybe if I was like in VR or something, that'd be really cool. But like just on my TV, it's
Ooh.
like, nah, dude. I just want to look at the game.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I agree with that. I love good UI though. That was nice. Let's talk about that more. Persona
We sh-
5, by the way, fucking amazing menus.
yeah.
Absolutely amazing menus.
I can't
I
wait.
think Persona.
I can't wait.
That fucking is.
I'll get to it eventually.
Yep.
There's definitely an art to UI design, and some game developers give a shit, and some game developers don't give a shit.
Where
So
does Platinum rank amongst that?
I don't think they
Yeah.
have. I mean, I think their UI is serviceable. I don't think they have like an incredible UI, but I don't think anything is like offensive. I can't think of anything that's like offensive in any of the games of theirs that I've played.
Well, that's good. There's definitely some games that have like this UI doesn't even work right sometimes. You look at like Diablo 3. Diablo 3, at least on console, has somewhat terrible UI sometimes, depending on what cosmetic wings your character has on, because the wings literally are like on a layer higher than the actual text on the UI. So your character's cosmetic portrait will cover up parts of the actual UI. I can't equip another fucking helmet because I can't see my inventory screen.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's no good.
Come on.
That's some busted ass shit.
Sure
So
is.
that's all that I had for the news stories. I don't know if you had anything that I'd left out or anything.
Uh, no, actually, I'm you know what? It's right in front of me. Kotaku put out a header that says, there's speculation that Anthem's dead, but apparently there's a team at BioWare working on completely overhauling the game.
Yes.
So all you Anthem fan out there,
Which do you think it's worth it at this point?
it's only worth it if that game's free.
Yeah, that would be a good move. I
If
feel bad.
it's worth it to.
I feel
Sorry,
bad
what?
for BioWare, man. It's like you were so great.
Yeah,
You were so
yeah.
high, and now you're just so low. It's such a shame.
They're still making Dragon Age too, aren't they? Work on that.
Yeah, they've said
It,
Dragon Age 4 is coming,
mm-hmm.
but That seemed to be something that offset the negativity around Anthem, really.
You think so? Yeah, I believe it. Publishers do that shit. I think I was actually like legit self debating myself on like whether or not I think that's worth it earlier today, or whether or not I think it's worth it for anyone to care that they're doing that, right? And I can't help but feel like it kind of is, right? I mean, if
Yeah, I
they
mean,
can turn
games.
it around, go for it. But like,
Yeah, games can make comebacks. I mean, we've seen video game comebacks before, and
yeah,
even with some of these live service games, we've seen them make some comebacks. So I definitely think they could turn it around. It is definitely surprising to see that EA hasn't just like dropped it completely and given up on it.
yeah.
So if they are revamping the game, if they're gonna put all this effort into it, then it means that somebody believes in the game and believes that it could be something good. So
Mm-hmm. I believe it definitely could amount to be something interesting. Like it's a part of me can't help but wonder how this game would have turned out had BioWare been allowed to go with their original idea. Uh, because Anthem now isn't what they originally wanted for Anthem.
yeah, the game was
Uh,
like completely rebuilt, and I think somebody said like at the time of that first initial reveal trailer, the only thing that actually worked in the game was flying around.
yeah, which
Because
is funny because that was like newly implemented.
yeah, it was like newly implemented, and they had pretty much started from scratch on this project. So
Mm-hmm. I mean, go for it, but for real, either do what Realm Reborn did, and if this is gonna be like a big patch thing, then I guess everyone who already has it already. If this is gonna be a re-release of this game, it better be fucking free for anyone who ever bought it. If they still own it, right? If they still own it, I guess. Because if
yeah,
you
I mean,
got a refund, you got your money back, you're good. But if people still own that game, give it to them for fucking free. All right.
for sure.
People shouldn't have to repay for your garbage game. You know,
I don't think they would
uh,
do that. I don't think they would come out and be like, okay, we fixed it. Now pay us to play the fixed stuff.
but it's EA though, and I can't put it past them at this point. Like, I would like to think they wouldn't do that, but like, common sense would be like, you probably shouldn't do that, right? Even from a business standpoint of like, this game is considered one of them, if not the biggest dumpster fire, like almost of this fucking generation. You can't be like, give us $60 more, even $30 more for a lot of people. Is like, are you smoking crack right now? So I have to like reasonably be like, yeah, that's the clear. They wouldn't do that, but it's like, but it's also still EA. So, by the way, that Star Wars game is apparently really good, according to people, which is
Yeah,
really nice.
I mean, it's made by Respawn. Respawn makes good games, so
Yeah, that makes Titanfall 3, you fucks.
So I saw a post by I think it was Shinobi on Twitter, who basically showed off like all of Respawn's games this generation, because this Respawn was formed this generation by Vince Impella, and brand new studio, put out Titanfall. Titanfall was received pretty well. I think people were missing like having an actual story mode, but still the game itself was fun, and people enjoyed it. Then they put out Titanfall 2, which was again very well received. That story mode is great in Titanfall 2.
Oh my god.
Game feels really good. Multiplayer is so fun. They put out Apex Legends, which was received very well. People enjoy
They
that
did
game.
that one thing at one time, and people didn't like that, but yeah.
And then the Star Wars game, which is again received pretty well. So it's like, hey, it's a nice success story. It's scary to form a new studio, and it's cool to see them put out just good games consistently this generation. So I'm happy for them. I'm excited. I'm excited to play that Star Wars game. I don't know when I'll get to it. Probably not this year, but Looks
I
cool.
want to play it too, actually. And I normally don't care about Star Wars, honestly. But I do want to. I've been told like it's not Dark Souls, right? Like don't look at the combat. People look at any game where you're like fucking swinging a sword and like Dark Souls. No, it's not like Dark Souls
People
at
see
all.
a stamina meter and go Dark Souls every time.
Yeah, yeah, and like don't do that with this one because it's not Dark Souls at all. Uh, so this is always something to keep in mind, which is something that's weird to think that you would have to keep in mind, especially considering Dark Souls used to be the niche thing that people didn't know about. But now it's the thing that other games get compared to. I'm
Yeah,
alright with that.
I'm alright with that too.
Yeah. Oh, apparently people like Sword and Shield.
Yeah. I
what,
mean,
what is that noise?
my understanding is that Sword and Shield can still be a fun game. I still think it's a disappointing game. I haven't played it, so I don't take my word for it. My word means nothing. I haven't actually played the game, but I've always thought that like Pokemon Sword and Shield could be a fun game still. They're still fun to be had with it. I still think there are some big things that are disappointing, and especially disappointing when you consider that Pokemon is like the biggest franchise ever in the world. And yeah, but people can have fun with Pokemon all they want. I don't care. It's fine. Have your fun. I'm not trying to dissuade people from having fun, but
nah, dude, that's saying anything negatively about anything though. Let people have their fun. You don't know how many times I've seen that on Twitter.
some people
That exact quote.
there are some things where people are not allowed to have fun with.
Yeah, that's always been like my main I guess problem where I worry about coming off too jaded sometimes. I critique the shit out of things that I absolutely love, and it's like because you're supposed to be able to do that. You can look at something and I'm all for have fun, right? You can have fun despite the problems with something. People can go, right to hell, it's my favorite game ever. Said no one ever, but someone could say that, right? And it's like that's fine.
No, they can't.
You're
You
not
are not
allowed to
allowed.
like that game.
You are not allowed to have fun with Ride to Hell. I have deemed it as official on this podcast.
But like on the chance that someone did, it's like as long as you're not like because you like it, that game has no problems. That's just not that's living outside of reality. That's not how shit works. You know? And that's normally where I draw the line of being like there that goes from being someone that likes something to being a fucking fanboy and being someone that it's hard to reason with. Because if you're giving someone the actual facts about why there's a problem with something, not why they shouldn't like it, just why there's a problem with it, and they're going, yeah, but I like it though, so I don't get what the problem is. I'm just talking to a brick wall. It's because you don't care about the problems, so you just don't you don't care, But
You're not allowed to like
yeah,
Heavy Rain.
you're not allowed to like Heavy Rain, really? That's one of the
Nope.
ones people like.
Nope. Not allowed. Don't like that game. Don't come to
It's
me
all
and
right.
tell me that you like that game. Sorry.
I don't like any David Cage game except for like fucking uh Detroit. I was about to say Beyond Become Human.
That I say that probably every time.
Oh,
I
that
think I
game
call it
could have been
Detroit.
interesting.
I think I call it Detroit Beyond Human. When I think about it.
Oh, dude! If it actually would have been like, and then again, in the end, the androids won. It would have actually been Beyond Human.
Yeah.
That would have been cool. Oh yeah, apparently people are like jizzing over Baby Yoda. Oof.
Over
People
what?
are really excited to see Baby Yoda in The
Oh
Mandalorian.
my god.
I've seen
Fucking Baby
pictures.
Yoda.
He's pretty cute.
Baby Yoda has racist tweets on Twitter, so sorry about it, guys, but we can't link
Wait,
him
what?
anymore. Yep, that's
Oh.
right. Baby Yoda hates black people.
Same. I mean, what? I can't say that. But I said it. It's not true though.
Baby Yoda has committed hate crimes in the past. It's true. So that's all.
Is this in the books? The Star Wars books? Is this?
Say what?
Or is this in the Star Wars books? Is this lore?
Yes, it is. It is.
That's good. His midichlorians were just too many.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't help it.
It's like, fuck Mace Windu. Okay, I think that's a good place to end here today. Jesus. I've got to go, like, down some NyQuil again, because I'm fucking dying.
Yeah, they owe you.
They owe me, for sure. Fucking sponsor this podcast, you bitch.
Wow,
so,
is that how you get... Okay. Yeah.
So, Habari, tell the people where they can find you. Tell the people what you're going to be playing, and what's exciting about you coming up.
You can find me beating my dick regularly at you can find me at twitch.tv/HibariSama _. Don't forget the fucking underscore, because that's pretty important. Today I'll be playing some Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke. I play every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. my time, whatever that is for you. I don't really care.
Did you add a day? Did you add a day to that?
Nope. I'm only ever off on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I do this for most of the week for you shits, except for when I curve, because I do that a lot because I'm lazy. Also, sometimes I'm just really tired because the sleeping for me is just not possible. I'm watching a guy play that new Star Wars game with a Jedi. I mean, with a fucking toy lightsaber using motion controls. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can find me there. Just follow me on Twitter at Hibari-sama as well, and you can see my random bullshit posts. Unlike Super Hype, my Twitter is not better than my stream. So watch him stream.
Yeah, go watch him stream. It's very cozy, very fun. You can watch me stream as well. I stream on Twitch at SuperHypeGaming. But again, really, I want you to follow my Twitter account. My Twitter account is the best content that I put out. That is at SuperHypeGaming. Go look for the teaser for Slouch on the Couch. Really proud of that. Really excited for that project.
I'm really erect for that project. I won't lie.
I'm erect when I'm not thinking about that project, because that project is stressing me out. But I will be live again next Friday, Saturday. I'm not sure when I'll be live next Saturday, because I don't know how long this whole audition thing is going to take. But I'll be on at some point. I'm going to continue playing MGS2. Possibly finish it off next weekend, so I'm looking forward to that. And
me too.
So we're going to end the podcast here. You forgot to remind me of my bit that I call SAT prep.
Nope. Means, give me a word right now.
Which means that you fail SAT prep.
No, that's not how it works. You fail as a teacher.
No, there's a rule for SAT prep where if you don't remind me that I forgot about it, then you fail.
See, this is that shit you tried to pull with Blue. Nope.
Again, if you just stick to the rules with SAT prep, you will win. It's not that hard. So we're gonna end today with you reading a hokey video game quote. Again, I get all of these quotes from randomvggames.com. Thank you, Hibari, for being here today. You're always a good guest. I apologize that I'm dying currently.
Aren't we all really?
Hopefully I can.
Give me the quote, you slut.
You call me a slut now?
Hell yeah! What you mean?
Okay, we need to end this shit. I need to go blow my nose. God damn it. So I'm gonna post this in show chat, and we're gonna end with you reading this. When you're ready.
You a customer too? Well, if you want to use the bathroom, help yourself. The toilet's in the back.
You again? I ran out of NyQuil again. Please. Can I borrow a cup of NyQuil? I've got a really heavy cold. Tell him to go on a diet. That's a nighttime medicine, but how do I know I won't be up tonight? Coffee. I gotta rest.
I do have one dose left.
And I need it. You're an angel of mercy.
Vicks NyQuil, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head fever, so you can rest medicine.